Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a full moon energy reading for the collective highest good. This will not be for everyone, so please do not force anything to fit that is not your story. I want to say the full moon is in Virgo this time, so this could be for a Virgo. You could be a Virgo. This could be significant. Virgo season could be significant for this reading. Something could be happening for you in Virgo season with the full moon energy. I don't know. But anyway, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and see what code comes out for this full moon energy in Virgo, okay? For the collective highest good, please make it very clear and easy for me to articulate. Please use discernment and trust your own intuition, all right? So let's see what the Virgo full moon energy has in store for the collective. The overall energy for this reading is to say, well, it says surrender to the divine. It also says full moon. So for a lot of you, the full moon in Virgo is asking that you surrender whatever, I heard, traumas, bad relationships, family relationships, whatever expectations you could have had regarding family, friends, relationships, whatever did not happen in those connections with family, friends, or relationships, surrender whatever it was. If it was something that was done to harm you, to hurt you, to block you, to stop you, or to just deter you from your path, release it, surrender it, and let it go. Trust the divine has a plan for you, all right? That's the overall energy for this reading. All right, so what else is going on for the collective with the full moon energy? You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Some of you guys could be a Cancer, or you could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer in particular. Take it how it resonates. But you and your loved ones are safe. Like I said, whatever it was, whatever happened, whoever did it, forgive them and let them go. If it means walking away from a job or a situation or a relationship or leaving a toxic family member behind or whatever the case may be, if it requires you to have to relocate, if it requires you to have to cut ties with things, don't be afraid to do that, okay? And whatever plan God has for your life, He's going to make sure that you and your loved ones are safe, all right? I'm hearing this song we used to sing as kids, and all I can hear is, He's got the whole world in His hand. Everything is under control. Everything is done by design. Everything happens for a reason, all right? You are good enough. Always remember that you are good enough, okay? And guess what it says? I can't make it up. It says full moon in Virgo. So we had the full moon energy, and now we have a new moon energy, and now we actually have the full moon in Virgo energy, which means you are good enough, okay? I'm also getting like Venus energy. This could be a Virgo and a Venus and Virgo energy. Like I'm getting love vibes from this card. Loving yourself makes you more attractive. All right. So whoever or whatever situation made you feel like you were not good enough, don't worry about it, because you are good enough. Everything that God created was good. Nothing He created was bad. So if you were created by the Most High and He created you for a reason, then everything He creates is good, no matter what the situation is around you, no matter what happens throughout your life journey. Everything you do is with purpose. Everything is by design, and everything is under control. All right? Even when things feel like they're out of your control, God is always in control. All right? Let's get one more for the collective, please, and thank you. The two came out. Wow, it says, don't let your past hold you back. South Node energy. I'm getting Gemini for some reason. And what do you need to release? I really cannot make this up. So with the full moon energy in Virgo, you're being asked to surrender to the divine and release whatever you need to release. Let go of the past and don't let the past hold you back. And always remember that you are good enough and that God always has a plan. Even when the plan doesn't work out, there's always a backup plan. So let's just say there was a plan for you to move or relocate, but something happened and that plan didn't go through. Well, maybe that wasn't the plan that God had for you. Maybe God had a better idea for your life, or maybe something better for you. So just because you did not get what you wanted from a situation, person, place, or thing, it doesn't mean that you were not good enough for that position, because you were. You are. Maybe perhaps that situation wasn't good enough for you. Maybe you were too good for that situation. Maybe you were too good for that person. Maybe you were too good for your job. I don't know. But it's like somebody wants you to question yourself and ask yourself questions like, am I worthy of this? Do I deserve this? Should I have this? Why do I feel this way about this? Don't ever question your life in that way where it's not being questioned by you. It's being questioned because somebody outside of you is making you question yourself. Don't ever give in to that, okay? And always hold your vision at the bottom of the deck, okay? So what is it you need to release with the full moon in Virgo energy? What is it in the past that's holding you back, or what from your past is holding you back? And it's funny because last night I watched this live on TikTok, and the title of the live was called Trauma Release. And there was a Coach Misty is her name, and she gives guidance to people who need guidance regardless of their situation. But this particular segment was titled Trauma Release. So different people were called during the live, and each person was asked by Coach Misty, what is it that you need to release? And they would tell their story, and then she would give them advice, and she would give them spiritual guidance on how to release those things. One thing in particular, well, there are a few of them that stood out to me, but one situation was a girl who, a young lady, she called in, or she was called, and what she wanted to release, well, she called in to release one thing, but when Coach Misty heard what she was calling to release, she gave her a different perspective. So basically, this young lady was married at a young age, at 18. Her father was in her life, but all he did was provide for her financially. He didn't offer support, love, or anything else she needed. And the reason why her father treated her the way he did is because he wanted to be with her mom, but her mom wanted to be with somebody else. So they separated either during the pregnancy or shortly after the pregnancy, but the father still claimed and provided for his child, even though they were no longer together. But the daughter feels like, or felt like, her father was never around for her when she needed him to be, and mainly because, from her words were, he was a drug dealer. So he lived a fast lifestyle. He was in that lifestyle. He was doing things illegally. So maybe he was trying to protect her from his lifestyle. I don't know. But anyway, it all boiled down to, she was dealing with a situation with the baby's dad or whatever, and she was trying to keep her family together. Even though her baby father was cheating on her, lying to her face, mistreating her, and doing everything else he could think of to her, regardless of whatever he was doing to her, she still wanted to stay with that person. So Coach Misty allowed her to think about it from a different perspective. She said to her, what you're doing and what you've been doing is you've been trying to replace your father with a man that will love you and protect you and provide for you. And you're attracting the people you think that will do that for you, but they are just like your father. So every person she dealt with was in her father's image, reminded her in some way of her father. So she had to release that so that she can heal that and move on from that, so she can have the courage to let go of a relationship that she wanted to hold on to, which is something she was guided to do. So this is what I'm getting. It also seemed like she didn't think she was good enough to be loved because her own father wasn't there to show her love. So in her mind, growing up with that perspective, she felt like she wasn't good enough. But she has to release that energy, and so do you if this is your story. And you cannot let your past hold you back. You cannot let whatever your parents did or did not do hold you back. Some of you guys were raised in a single family environment. Some of you guys had an abusive mother or father. Some of you guys were abandoned by your parents at an early age, and so on and so forth. Those things, I'm hearing, they help shape your new reality. Because in your new reality, you can create the life that you want to live. You can manifest the kind of life that you want to, or legacy you want to leave for your children. So if you have your own children, then you don't have to raise your children the way you were raised. You don't have to teach them the things that you were taught. You can allow them to be themselves, and you can show them how to use their own spiritual gifts and guide them on their paths with the knowledge that you have. So you have learned a lot from the situations you've been in the past that have taught you lessons, life lessons that you can pass down to your loved ones, your children. So they themselves, when they become older, can protect themselves from bad people, you know? So basically, your path was the way it was, or your life went the way it went, so that you would be the one to raise the standard, so that you could be the one to set the bar. So now you have a chance to change the outcome of the future regarding you and your family. You can raise your kids to be independent, love themselves, or protect, teach them things that you didn't know when you were a child. So their life can turn out to be better than what yours was. So you have learned from your experiences. And now that you've learned from those experiences, it's time for you to release those experiences, those things that happened to you in the past, and not let them hold you back. All right? And at the bottom of this deck, we have a higher power. You're being guided by a higher power to release the past and realize that you are always good enough, and to always hold your vision. No matter what happens in life, don't give up. Okay? You and your loved ones will be safe. We have deep knowing. Okay? A lot of you guys are being called to a higher purpose. Your purpose in life was not to mend broken relationships or repeat the same cycles your father, your mother, your grandfather, your grandmother are experienced. Like, you're not supposed to continue living your life the way they chose to live their life. Okay? This is what you need to know. Your life experience was your own experience to help raise your frequency and your vibration and guide you down a spiritual path that would lead you to a better place. All right? We have peace. You are good enough. Find peace within yourself, or make peace with yourself. Forgive whatever happened to you in the past. If somebody did something in the past to hurt you, forgive them. Like in her situation, her father really left a bad impression on his daughter as far as the image of a father. So when she got pregnant by her abusive lovers, she didn't want to leave because she didn't want her family to grow up without a father. And she's 29 at this point with 5 children. Her oldest is 10. So she has 5 children that she has to support and take care of without the help or support of her family. And because she was afraid to do it alone, she allowed herself to be trapped in relationships where she did not belong. All right? And I'm just using that as an example because I just recently watched the live last night, and that was the last thing I saw before I laid down. So this is a message for some of you guys to release your past. Stop holding on to the pain that they caused you in the past. Forgive the person that hurt you, okay? Or forgive the people that hurt you. We have exchanging your gifts, but it was in reverse. Stop giving your energy. Stop putting in efforts to stay in situations where you're being called to release them and let them go. All right? The question at the bottom is why. So the answer to your why in this reading seems to be Why you went through all this stuff? Well, you went through these things in life so that you yourself could be the one to break the generational curses on your family. Everyone else in your bloodline could have gone through the same thing you went through. Like, your father couldn't have had a father or a mother, so because of that, they didn't know how to be one themselves. And so when they had kids with you, they were not around for you and your family. So you realizing that everything happens for a reason gives you the knowledge that others don't have. When you look at it like everything has a reason, my life was this way because once you figure out why your life is the way it is, and you understand that you're the one that can change it for the better, and you step into your power and you call back your energy from those situations that don't serve you, then you can start to create the life you deserve. And this new full moon energy is going to give you the confidence you need to be able to let go of the past and let go of the people that hurt you. Okay, so that you can be at peace. This is what you need to know. Is there anything else for the collective? No peace like home. No place like home. So the last card that came out is no place like home. Home is where the heart is. And to be fair, you did your best. You tried your hardest. You did everything you could do. Like, for example, if you are the mother that's raising children and your children blame you for the way their life turned out, well, you have to forgive yourself if you were not able to provide everything your child needed, and accept the fact that you did your best. Whether they realize it or not, it doesn't matter. As long as you know that you tried your hardest to make a life for your family that would bring them peace. And if it didn't turn out that way, don't blame yourself, okay? If things didn't turn out the way you wanted them to turn out in your life, then don't blame yourself, okay? All right, let's get some tarot and see what comes out. Wow, the first card out is the Devil. A lot of you are dealing with toxic friends and family. A lot of you guys grew up in a toxic environment. A lot of you guys had narcissistic mothers or fathers. Some of you had narcissistic lovers as well. So maybe all of your relationships in the past was with narcissistic people or lovers. People that were self-centered and only cared about themselves. And like they would use you to get what they wanted, but when you needed them to do something for you, they were never around. So maybe that's why you felt unworthy, because the people that you loved and cared about were not around for you when you need them to be. All right. We have the Four of Pentacles. Again, don't let the past hold you back. Knight of Wands. This is also telling you to pull back your energy from these type of situations so that you can have peace in your home. For some of you, you could be living with a spouse, living with a person where there's no peace in your home. There's no peace in your home because you're dealing with somebody who doesn't care about you. I'm going to be honest. This is somebody who only cares about themselves. And whatever they need to do to protect themselves or to make themselves feel secure, they're going to do it, even if it's at the cost of someone else. So let's just say you live with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. All you want to do when you get off work every day is go home and be at peace. If your household does not bring you peace or comfort when you're there, then perhaps it's time for you to consider relocating and getting away from that toxic environment and release that situation and let go of your expectations of that connection and accept that whatever happens, happens for a reason. For some of you, you are being pushed out of a very bad environment. You are dealing with selfish people, people that only care about themselves. So no matter what you do, you will never be able to satisfy somebody like this, because the more you give, the more they take. And when it's their time to give to you, they have nothing to offer you. So you need to release the thought of, okay, let me just say this. Another person was called during the live, and she pretty much had an issue saying no, right? She said when it comes to her friends and when it comes to her family, if they ever reach out for her help, she always gives them what they need, but they're never around when she needs them. So she needed to learn how to say no to people and stop giving people what they want when they ask for it. So to test the theory that her issue was not being able to say no, because she said, I don't know how to tell people no. So Coach Misty said, well, if you don't know how to tell people no, send me $500. And she said no. So Coach Misty said, well, if you can tell me no when it comes to what I ask, then why can't you tell everybody else no when it comes to what they ask? And she said, well, these people are people that I'm close with, my family, my friends, and people who I have a relationship with. So telling them no is something that's hard for this person to do. So maybe you have a hard time saying no to people. Maybe when people come to you for help, you give them the help they need, and then when you need them, they're never around. So you got to stop giving to people and places or things, and stop letting people manipulate and control you, okay? Again, you could have been dealing with narcissistic family and friends or lovers that wanted to control you, that tried to control you, and maybe you gave them power over you because you yourself was insecure, or you felt like walking away from it would just be. So it's like the young lady who was dealing with her boyfriend didn't want to walk away from him or put him out of her home because she didn't want to break up her family. So maybe you stayed with situations or people that you could have been dealing with because you didn't want to break up your family. But if you're living with someone or have family with someone or children with somebody, and that person's controlling you and manipulating you every chance they get, then how are you setting, or what example are you setting? Because another thing that came out was that if by the daughter staying with the person she was with and raising her children in that environment, she was taking her children's power away. So when they get older, they themselves will go through the same things. Instead of showing them, when you're being put in a position to where you have to choose yourself, always choose yourself. So she was supposed to teach her children how to protect themselves from people like this, not expose them to people like this or put them in a place where they're dealing with the same thing. So if you are in a relationship and you're just with that person for stability, and you have a family with that person, and y'all raising y'all kids in that environment, what example are you showing your children when it comes to how to deal with certain people that treat them this way? You're making it seem like it's okay to be treated any kind of way. It's okay to be disregarded or neglected by your person. It's okay to let go of yourself and provide for others, so you're setting a bad example for your family if this is what you're doing. So they're telling you, if this is your situation, you got to release that, because all you're doing is creating another cycle or blood or passing down a family curse that was placed on you. So if you want your family to be safe and protected from people like this, then you have to be the one to set the example by showing them that when you're in a situation and you're being mistreated, you don't stick around and stick things out. You get up, you move on, and you let it go. You have to set the bar, okay? Set the standards. So your family could be looking to you as an example on how to be. But if you're being this way in situations, then you're teaching them how to be the same way. So that means when they get older, they're going to go through the same things. All right? We have the Two of Swords. What do you need to release is clarified by the Two of Swords. Some of y'all need to release a lot. Like one caller called in and was like, I have so much I need to release, I don't even know where to start. Maybe some of y'all have so much going on in your life right now, you don't know where to start. Maybe some of y'all need to cut off multiple people or a lot of people. All right, what's the Two of Swords and the what do you need to release energy? Sometimes when we are dealing with people with bad energy, and we are the one that's being called to end the cycle, so it's like you're being called to break the cycle. When you choose not to do what you're being called to do, then their karma becomes your karma. You start to go through the same things they're going through. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Two of Swords is the Nine of Pentacles, Virgo energy. All I keep getting from this is you're being called to release your past. Whatever your past consists of, whatever the past is that's holding you, keeping you stuck or bound. Like, you're not bound to anything or anyone. You don't have to be loyal to people who are unloyal to you. Stop being loyal to people who are not loyal to you and start loving yourself. Start respecting yourself. Queen of Cups. What's the Knight of Wands? Everything I say is coming out with the cards. They want you to start loving yourself and believing that you are good enough. You don't deserve to be treated any kind of way by people just because you have a connection together or a relationship with this person. You don't have to stay where you're being mistreated. And the Magician, but it was in reverse. The Knight of Wands is the Magician. These are people that manipulate you in so many different ways. Or you've been manipulated by these people in so many ways. These people have manipulated you in so many ways. It's like they pretend to be your friend, or they pretend to be somebody you can really rely on, but when it comes down to proving themselves to be worthy of that, they're nowhere to be found. But as soon as they need you for something and they reach out to you and your first response is yes, then you're giving them exactly what they want. Knight of Pentacles. So you got to stop giving to these people. You got to stop, first of all, they're saying you have to stop attracting these type of people. The way to stop attracting these type of people is to learn how to use your discernment and to trust your intuition. Because people, when they first come into your life, they're not going to show up in devil energy. They're going to show up looking like the perfect person or the right person. But sometimes they don't reveal their true identity until after you already made the connection. And that's when you start to see them for who they truly are. So it's like you always get caught up in situations until where you don't find out the truth about people until it's too late. And by the time you realize you're dealing with somebody in karmic energy, you're already, this is a devil. This is a warlock. Some of y'all are dealing with a warlock. This is like sleeping with the enemy. Some of y'all are sleeping with the enemy and don't even realize it. You're putting yourself in a situation to where you're bound to get hurt. So you have to stop attracting these kind of energies into your life or accepting these type of people. Everyone that comes towards you is not a good person. So when you meet new people, the only way you're going to be able to know if they're good or bad is by using your discernment and trust your intuition. It's almost like you're easy to manipulate because you give off good energy and you're easy to manipulate. People will always do this to you until you stand up and realize that you have control over how people treat you. So example, people will treat you the way you treat yourself. So if you treat yourself like this, then you're going to attract people who treat you the same way. But when you start loving and respecting yourself, you'll stop attracting people like this and you'll attract people that love themselves. So when y'all come into union with each other, the connection can be more stable and more grounded. But when you're dealing with people like this, it's a direct reflection of yourself because something within you is not healed. And that unhealed part of you attracts these kind of people. So to stop attracting these type of dark energies, you have to learn how to love yourself and put yourself first. All right. Let's get some index and see what comes out. No. What's the Ace of Wands and the Devil? Six of Swords. And the Five of Wands. And then I knew I was going to see the Death card. I kept hearing Death, Justice, and the King of Cups, the counterpart to the Queen of Cups. Some of y'all are dealing with a masculine or a feminine, take it how it resonates, that is a karmic to you. This is not your divine counterpart. You thought it was, but it wasn't. This person was a warlock demon who was using sex magic on you to control and manipulate your energy. So this is somebody who has really, really good sex. Listen, the Devil and the Ace of Wands is somebody who's really good in bed. It's really all they're good for is sex. So it looks like you met a King of Wands who had a lot of passion, who you had a lot of passion for, or the connection could have been lust-driven. This person could have been also lust-driven by sex. So they only made a connection with you because they needed your energy to feed their ego. You made this person feel more. So this is somebody who had issues before they met you. Let's just say this was a person that came from a broken family. When they got with you, they saw an opportunity to have the life they always wanted, but they were not equipped or able to provide that for you. The same thing with the young lady's father. Her father was out in the street selling drugs and whatever else he was doing. So his passion for life wasn't a family. His passion was being driven by his lust and his greed. So this is somebody who's lustful and they're greedy and they're selfish. This is somebody you were dealing with in your past. This is somebody you need to get away from because they're still coming up as the same person they were before. So if or when they return, remember this person comes with the same energy as before. So in the past, you didn't see this person that way. It took for you to go through an experience with this person to realize you were dealing with a narcissist. And once you realized you were dealing with a selfish, greedy person, you consciously removed yourself from that situation. But physically, you could have stayed with this person out of fear. I don't know if this person is abusive or if they somebody doesn't like the fact that you're trying to get away from them. They're not going to make it easy for you to get away from them. They're going to do everything they can to try to stop you. Let me get some index on this. All I can tell you is this. The person you thought was your counterpart wasn't your real counterpart. And if they were supposed to be your counterpart, they're not. Okay? Because they themselves could be dealing with addictions. They could be dealing with a lot of other issues. This person's not ready to heal. They're not ready to surrender. Witch doctor. They could be doing spell work or dark magic on you. My pride and ego kept me stuck for a long time. I hope it's not too late. Okay? This is somebody who likes to play on your emotions. They know you love and care about them, so they use that to their advantage. And I'm not telling you to not love this person, but you're going to have to love this person from a distance. Like you're going to have to feed this person with a short-handled spoon or a long-handled spoon. You can't get too close to this person because as soon as you get close to them and they got their hooks in you, they're going to use you again. Beware of the company you keep. I mean, these people, these situations from your past, this person from your past, whoever this was, they're advising you to stay away from this person for your own protection. So basically, they're telling you for your own protection, keep your distance from these people because these people have ill intentions for you. They're not planning to be there for you when you need them to be. They're coming in to use and abuse you. So you have to be able to discern the energy of the person you're dealing with before you make a connection with these people. For example, I work with a group of women All right, they are all different, but they're all the same. All of them talk about each other behind their backs. All of them have something to say about each other. And here I am, the Queen of Cups, listening to all this bullshit, trying to figure out what any of that has to do with me and what I'm supposed to do with the information that I receive. Honestly, I just keep my distance from all of them. I don't allow myself to get triggered by their trauma. A lot of them have their own issues that they need to deal with, but they would project that out on each other. And here I am, the Queen of Cups, an intuitive person. I can see things clearly because I'm not attached to any of these people. So when I hear them talk about each other behind each other's back, I just listen. I don't give an opinion. I don't engage or feed their ego. I don't make them feel like they're right and they're wrong. I just kind of stay out of it. Okay? So you need to tighten your friend circle because you have some enemies around you. So the question again is, what is it? Who is it that you need to release? And they're telling you why you need to release these situations, these people, because these people mean you no good. I personally know that these women that I work with are not my friends. They are my co-workers, and all I'm there to do is get a check and go home, back to where I have peace. But in this environment where I work, there's always conflict going on. There's always somebody feeling some type of way towards the other person. And all I do is listen. I have a Libra moon, so I just keep my peace. I don't speak or say anything to anyone that can be used against me because it's only a trap. So what I understand about my situation is that these people that I'm entertaining as far as working with them is concerned is that none of them are my friends. They're not my enemies, but I know that building a relationship with them was not going to benefit me in the end. If they had a chance to turn on me, they would. So I don't allow myself to get caught up in their drama. You know what I mean? Y'all excuse me, somebody just kind of came out the woods on my ass, and I don't know what the fuck he got going on, but he better stay the fuck away from me before I knock his ass out. King of Swords. Somebody here could be their son, doesn't have to be. And somebody here could be a liar, a cheater, or somebody who's trying to deceive you again. This could be a lover of yours. This could be somebody you work with, somebody who's very self-centered and only cares about themselves. And you need to protect your energy from these people because their plan was to destroy you or to get you to destroy yourself by creating an image that looked good on paper, but in reality it wasn't exactly what it appeared to be. Yeah, hold on. So with the full moon in Virgo energy, you're being advised to protect your energy and don't invest in situations where you could potentially be used or abused in that situation. Don't allow anyone to trigger you to respond or react or lower your standards for them. Like, for example, one coworker of mine will pretty much try to pick me in a sense. So the beef at work, I know this is personal, but the beef at work is between two employees. These two employees don't like each other. They both do the same thing to one another. For example, at the end of the day, the store should be a certain way. Things should be done. Certain things should be done. Well, if this coworker comes in and they leave at the end of the day, and the next person comes in and it's the person they don't want to, don't care for, they won't set them up for success. They'll leave them with nothing on the shelf or everything undone. So when they come in, they have a lot to do. That's how they work together. When I come to work, I do what needs to be done so that we all can have a good day. So I have high standards for myself. So the conflict is, or the coworker that I'm talking about tries to influence me and say things to me to get me to respond the way they respond. For example, I closed one day, and I set the store up so the next person could come in to a good start. And then they turned around and they closed, and they didn't set me up to come in for a good start. The shelf was empty and nothing was done. The standard is that we all work in the same way so that everybody can have a good start to their day. But if only one person is doing it and everybody else isn't, then the person that's doing it is looked at as the one that's the problem. Well, I have a high standard for myself. I don't do things to get instant gratification. I'm not looking for that. I'm doing what's fair and what's just. It's fair to the next person that comes after me that they start off with things in order. It's unfair for them to not return the favor. So instead of me getting in the middle of who's right and who's wrong, I stay true to myself. I'm gonna do what works for me. If it comes off that I'm doing this for somebody in particular or not doing something for somebody in particular, it's not that, okay? So if you know that you're dealing with somebody that no matter how much you try to make things right, they always have an issue with you, don't beef with that person about it. Just accept it for what it is and realize who you're dealing with. So going forward, you can move accordingly. For me, example, going forward, I'm not going to listen to any of their arguments about their disagreements when it comes to certain things. I'm not going to get myself involved in that. That's not my fight. I'm there to do my job and go home, like I said. So at work, if they're beefing with each other, that's their issue with each other. Don't drag me into the mess that y'all already had before I got here and try to make me choose sides on who I want to partner with, because I'm going to always stand by myself or stand in the truth. And the truth is both of y'all wrong, or both of them are wrong. It's childish and it's immature to act that way as adults. Just do your job so everybody can work in peace. You see what I'm saying? So you apply that how it applies to your situation, if it applies. But don't let nobody ruin your peace or cause you to react the way they're reacting because you're not getting the results that you want, okay? Somebody here has a God complex, past, present, or present energy. This is past and present energy. So in the past, somebody had a God complex and they still got a God complex. They still want to be right about everything and they're not. So you can't change that. All you can do is accept it for what it is and move accordingly, all right? Someone lied to you about a third party, okay? Somebody is also lying to you about a third party. Ain't nobody did nothing to this person to make them stay together. This person stayed with that person for stability. So here's the thing. Some of y'all got somebody from your past that's going to return, and they're going to say, oh my God, you're not going to believe the shit I've been through. The person I was with was doing all this stuff to me, and I felt so trapped. No, you didn't feel trapped in that situation. You stayed with that person because you wanted to stay with that person. So basically, this masculine is trying to say that they were dealing with a third party who was doing spell work on them, and maybe that is the case. But the thing is, if this person felt like somebody was doing something like that to them, they could have got up and left that situation, and they could have chose to leave it behind. But instead, they decided to stay in that situation. Even though it was karmic as fuck or toxic as fuck, they chose to stay there. So whatever happens to them, happens to them. Because if they choose to stay in that situation, nothing's going to change. So this somebody's going to return after leaving some type of conflict. This is somebody who's going to return that's going through the 5 of Wands with somebody else. And they're going to come in to you, and they're going to tell you lies about everything so that you will believe them over what really happened. So in order for you to discern if this person's being honest with you, you're going to have to trust your intuition and listen to your discernment, or listen to your discernment and trust your intuition. Because this person's coming in to offer you some kind of peace offer to make things right with you, but they're still the same person. Nothing has changed. In my situation at work, the manager has said to me that she's tried to get those other 2 people on the same page, but nothing she does is working. So when she hired me, she felt like I could bring balance into the workplace. But you're not going to use me to make peace between two enemies that don't like each other while you sit on the sideline and watch me go through the back and forth shit with them. I'm not going to intervene on your behalf. That's your job. I don't get paid for that. Could I be the one to bring peace into the workplace? Maybe. But am I going to be the one to do it? Not at all. Not unless I'm being guided to do so. And right now, I'm not being guided to interfere with what's going on with these two people. That's their issue with each other. So they got to figure out how to make peace with each other or keep it up. I don't know. So this person's going to come to you to get away from another situation where there's a lot of conflict going on because they want you to be their peace. Is that fair to you? It don't look like it's fair to me, but is that fair to you that after all this person did to you, that they come back to you when their life starts to fall apart and ask you to take care of them or provide for them emotionally? No, it's not. And you would be a fool if you do, okay? I don't care if this is your counterpart. You're coming out as being independent and single. You're not coming out as a married couple here. Y'all not coming together as a couple here. Y'all were together in the past, but in the future, you're single and you're loving yourself and you're focusing on your blessings right now. You're not focused on anyone else. You're focused on yourself. And that's where your focus needs to stay, on yourself and your vision. Okay? All right, what else? This person's running from their karma. So this is somebody who's trying to run away from their karma. And I was going to say this earlier. Sometimes when you're the chosen one, right, and you're placed in a position to where you have to be the one to break the cycle, people will run to you to save them from karma when karma comes in. And you would be putting yourself in the way of their karma by doing so. So whatever karma comes in for this person or these people, it's their karma for what they did to themselves. You can't protect them from their karma. They're going to get this karma regardless if they come back to you or not. It's not going to stop them from getting karma. So by you being with this person that's running from karma, they're coming in with all kind of hold on. I accidentally smashed this bug that was crawling on me. And now this ant is pulling the bug, the insect, away. So I just gave this ant a meal that he didn't have to kill himself or catch himself. And he's dragging this insect that I smashed on my thigh, I guess, to his nest. I wish I could show it to you, but it's so small you probably wouldn't be able to see it. But this ant is carrying away this insect's body. Okay, this person that's running from karma, they're coming in with a lot of dead weight, a lot of baggage. And whatever they are coming in with is not your karma. Okay? So I don't know if this little insect that was on me was fucking with this ant, and this ant lost the battle, but I just gave him victory and success over his enemy. So now he's dragging it away and putting it to rest. So you got to put something to rest here and be at peace with it. I mean, or go through another tower. Confidence is your key to success. Confidence is the key to success, and there's a win-win outcome in your forecast. Your hard work is going to pay off, and it's time to take action. Step out of your comfort zone, and adjustments are going to be required. Be bold and make the first move, and don't let pride get in your way. All right? Don't stay somewhere you don't belong because you're too proud to what's the pride in, what's this card? This is a Leo for some of y'all, but Be bold. So this person's going to make a bold move. They're going to put everything on the line. So when things start to go bad for this person, the first person they're going to reach out to is going to be you. You're going to be tested to see if you've learned your lesson here. And if you have learned a lesson here and you are ready to release the situation, then your hard work will pay off. But if you reinvest in the situation and you go back into that situation with the situation, then that's you letting your pride get in your way. That's you listening to your ego and not your intuition. So don't allow your ego to cause you to make a mistake and go back to a situation where things are not going to get better. Things are going to stay the same, and you're going to end up losing more than you stand to gain. Yeah, so release whatever this is that is holding you back. If it's a person, let them go. And here's why. These people, or this person in particular, is under, I heard, demonic spells. They're in contract with the devil. They're sleeping with the enemy. So this is now considered your enemy because this person chose to be your enemy. They put themselves in this position now, and so the Most High sees this person as an enemy to you. This is not your friend. This is not your co-worker. This is not your friend. This is not your lover. This is somebody who you definitely can't trust and you need to be careful with. Okay? If you do decide to help this person in any kind of way, don't expect anything in return. Let's just say you can help this person in a cycle or come out of a bad situation. Let's just say you do have room at your house. They can come and stay with you. If you allow this person to move into your home with all these ones they're bringing with them, your home won't have no peace. You won't be able to get no rest. You're going to be always wondering if you made the right decision or if you should have made a different choice. So it's like surrender whoever this is to the divine and let spirit take care of this situation. Release whatever this was for you and live in peace with your decision. Okay? Or be at peace with your decision. And don't look back. What's the witch doctor energy? Somebody here overstepped their boundaries and they abused their power. They thought they could level up without you, and they thought that they were the chosen one, and they were not. It's time for you to release this situation and let it go, my love. It's time for you to walk into your destiny and fulfill your purpose here. Your purpose is far greater than what you think it is. Exactly. You're being offered an opportunity to step into your purpose, to walk a spiritual path, to align yourself with spirit and source so you can receive your blessings. If you choose not to, that's up to you. But you won't receive your blessings as long as you're tied to something like this. So this is what's blocking you from receiving this opportunity. So in order to get this opportunity, you have to release your past. You cannot let the past hold you back. Raise your standards here. Reject this offer and move on with your life. There you go. The Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles and an Emperor at the end. So yeah, some of y'all need to step into your Emperor energy if you are trying to transition from a situation. You need to be in your masculine energy, because the masculine energy is the energy of taking action, putting your plan into action. So if you have a plan and you haven't executed your plan, in order to execute your plan successfully, you got to step into your masculine energy and use your masculine energy to help you step into this energy. So basically, you're going to have to make some decisions to cut some people off and to walk away from some places and some things and some people. It's going to take courage for you to do it, but in order to do it, you have to be in this masculine energy, because a masculine is a boss. They make boss moves. They make decisions based off of tangible proof or evidence. They don't make emotional decisions based on how they feel. So these are people who you still have a connection with, and there's still some emotional bond ties between the two of you. But in this situation, in order for you to take the next step forward, you have to be in the masculine's energy. Your masculine is in feminine energy. they're not able to manifest without you, but you can still manifest without them if you make this transition from your divine feminine energy into your masculine energy, all right, to co-create with spirit, okay? Because this is the feminine symbol that he's holding. This is you standing in your emperor energy, but you're also a divine feminine, so you're both masculine and feminine energy, so you have both of them within you, so you can use that energy to manifest. So basically, you don't need this person. All you need is yourself. You don't have to have anybody to help you do this. You can do it by yourself, but you have to believe in yourself and have confidence in yourself that you can do it alone, okay, is what I'm getting. Free from bondage, okay? Be like the magician. I mean, I really can't make it up. Karmic feminine. This masculine could be dealing with a karmic feminine, or this masculine could be a karmic feminine. They could be in karmic feminine energy, which means they are not standing in their emperor energy. They are unhealed within themselves, and so they could have mother issues. They could have been abandoned by their mother, or their mother could have abused them as a child. So they don't really like women. They like to dominate women and control women because their mother was controlling to them. Again, the past person got issues. They're in bondage. You don't have the same issues you think you have. Your issues are not their issues. So stop trying to start a relationship or be with somebody who is not able to match your energy. You won't be able to create with this person or build a life together with this person. It won't work out. You'll be the only one in the relationship that's putting in any work. So if you're going to be doing all the work in the relationship by yourself anyway, why not do it alone? Okay? Somebody wanted you to meet them and you don't. I want to come back, but I'm afraid. Some of y'all could be TikTok famous. You are the head and not the tail, and you broke free, and now they're suffering without you. So when you free yourself from bondage and you release your past and you forgive whatever happened to you in the past, and you cut off the people that hurt you in the past, that did this to you in the past, and free your mind and free yourself from this energy, you will be able to step into an abundant timeline where you can manifest and create and build the life you deserve. All right? You have 2 offerings coming in. Balance is being restored. And illegal activities, and they're all about the money. I gave you the scenario about the girl that called in and how she said her father was a street hustler doing illegal activities. All he cared about was money, so he wasn't able to provide for his child the way he should have or the way she needed him to. So she made bad choices in life, and she attracted the same kind of man that she was running away from. She didn't want to be around her father, but she didn't want to be alone. So she attracted the same kind of person that her father was. I don't know her story like that, but you know, this is somebody who's under binding spells. They're under contract with the devil. They're sleeping with the enemy. This person is not for you. These people are under judgment. These people are getting their karma. So free yourself while you can, and let go of the past and forgive yourself and others that hurt you, so you can have a better life and provide for your family a better life. Okay? So the full moon in Virgo is an energy of releasing the past and allowing yourself to heal and releasing trauma that you may still be holding on to. They played themselves trying to play you, and you are being upgraded. What was done to you will be done to them. They played too many games, or they played too many games. The masculine that you dealt with before in the past, who you thought was your masculine counterpart, is saying everything in them tells them that you are the one, and they only have eyes for you. Can this still work? Let's see. If the collective decides to go back into union with this person from their past that's under binding spells and other dark magic spells, will it be beneficial to the collective at all, or will this connection turn out better than how it started? Let's see. What's the outcome if these two were to get back into union? What is the outcome between these two people? The 10 of Wands wanted to come out. We have the 6 of Cups, the Six of Wands, can you get it? Okay. And the Ten of Pentacles. The only way this connection can work between you and this person from your past, if this person detaches and walks away from people, places, and things that they allowed to control them. They have to find the courage to walk away from these situations. But if they are still dealing with anything like this from their past, or if they still have attachments to past relationships, clarify the Six of Cups, Six of Wands. We have the Strength card, and we have the King of Pentacles on the shadow side. I'm hearing the best thing you can do for yourself is to let go of the past. The best thing you can do for yourself is to let go of the past and let go of this person. The Star card and the Knight of Wands on the shadow side. And Judgment. This person's going to come back and say they want to heal the relationship between the two of you, that they want to work on this connection with you. They want their family back with you. If y'all have kids together, they want their family back, is how they're going to show up. What's the Knight of Wands on the shadow side? Hold on a second. This ain't even the Knight of Wands. This is the, yeah, okay. So the Knight of Wands on the shadow side is the inner self. Okay. It says, the Knight and Unicorn face the wild lighting with no hesitation or faltering in their progress. The torch casts a golden glow to counter the white hot flashes before them, okay? The lighting flashes, okay? They show no sign of fear or even caution. The real shadow side of this Knight is his appetite for drama. This Knight of Wands energy, if this is your masculine, they have an appetite for drama. They don't want to heal from their past. They like the chaos and the drama that comes with it. They feed off of that energy, okay? So the real shadow side of this Knight is the appetite for drama. Facing down the lighting will make a great tale to tell if he survives it. If he survives this, he'll have a great story to tell. It'll make him look even better than what he is. Okay? Let others have their small saved lives. This is a person who needs the extra fire of excitement to truly feel alive. So basically, they will have victory and success with you if y'all get back together. But for you and them, it's going to bring in chaos and conflict. They're going to keep causing problems, or they come with a lot of drama. This person don't like peace. If nothing's going on in their life negative, then they feel like their life is boring. So in order to keep the excitement going, or to fulfill their need for excitement, they do stupid shit. And they do shit to keep shit going. So they don't want to really resolve their issues with you or anybody else. But they're going to show up as if they do. So again, you're going to have to use wisdom and discernment to see if you should or shouldn't go back. But it looks like you're being guided away from it, because this person's energy is still the same. They may even try to come in and break up your happy home, because you could be with somebody already knew already, and you could be happy with that person. You could already have a life that you want with somebody new. Your past person is going to come in and try to destroy that life that you have with somebody new. And if they're successful, then that's one more notch under their belt. That's one more thing that they've conquered. So it's not about winning the battle for the right reasons. They're doing it for their own purpose. They have their own purpose for doing this. It's not to heal with you or to bring things back together with you. They're trying to avoid their karma. This is the Sun card on the shadow side. Hold on a second. The Sun on the shadow side says, when the Sun card appears, it bodes well of any situation being considered. It doesn't matter if you have doubts or fears, success is still assured. The universe is working in your favor. If you've been wanting for the right timing for a new enterprise, that time has come. I'm sorry, that's the wrong side. On this side, it says, the Sun card is positive on both sides, with the difference here being that your doubts and fears are justified, okay? It's good to be aware of the challenges, to be on your guard, but again, as on the other side of the card, all will be well. Keep moving forward, expand upon your plans to include contingencies for the dark times, but remember that morning will always come. It's not going to be easy if you decide to take this person back. You're going to have to come up with a plan of action that's going to work for the both of you. If they really want things to work out between the two of you, they're going to have to let down their guards and stop being so, what do you call that? Stop being so easily influenced by others. So there is an opportunity that there is a possibility you and this person can work things out and heal the connection between the two of you, but it's going to require a lot of work on your part, because you're going to be the one that's going to be setting the standards. You're going to be the one that's going to have to keep this person in line or in check. So if they ever come towards you and you take them back and you start seeing that they're doing the same things, for example, the first time this person does something you don't like, you got to speak up about it. You can't let it just slip away or sweep under the rug, because that's them thinking they got away with something. So you're going to have to always be able to counteract everything they do that's negative with a positive response or with a positive solution. You can't feed into the negativity. So they're going to challenge you a lot. And if you're up for the challenge and you can make it work, then go for it, okay? But if you think it's going to be more work on you than it is that you have to offer, then don't put yourself in that position, because it's not going to be easy for you and this person to get back together and things work out in your favor. It's going to take a lot of effort for the both of you to work together and co-create together. But if they're not willing to budge or compromise or change their bad behavior, then it's in your best interest to move on without them. All right, that's what I'm getting. So it can go either way, but it's not going to be easy. A time for healing and surrender to the divine, okay? The only way it's going to work out if this person surrenders to the divine and heal from their past trauma and allow the change to come. But if they resist the changes, if they don't want to change, and you feel like it's more work on you than it needs to be, then you're going to have to still make a decision nonetheless. So here's the thing. At first, it's going to start off real good. Things are going to be looking very promising. And as soon as you get comfortable again with this person is when they're going to start showing their true colors again. And at that moment is where you have to make a decision right then and there how you're going to move forward. Are you going to accept that? Or are you going to see it for what it is and realize this is not going to work and cut ties while you have a chance to get away without creating any karma for yourself? You know what I mean? So yeah, it could possibly work out for the both of you if this person changes how they act towards you or treat you better. But if they come back on the same energy, which it looks like they might, then it's not going to work out at all. It's going to cause delays and blockages for you, okay? What's the advice for my collective regarding the situation? The Four of Cups. Your advice regarding the situation is the Four of Cups, okay? That's your advice, to surrender to the divine and let spirit step in and work on this person behind the scenes and prepare them for union. But I kind of feel like in the process of them healing from everything they've gone through, you may meet somebody new and you may make a connection with this new person, and you may choose them instead. So they need time to heal from all this they're going through. But once they've healed from it, then there's a chance things can work out for you. But it may take them a while to get to that level. Do you still want to wait for this person to reach that level, or do you want to move on with your life and just be at peace with your decision? It's really up to you. All right, anything else with this full moon in Virgo for the collective? I'm sorry, I never apologized, but I couldn't forgive myself. Same-sex relationship in reverse, and I thought they were my twin. So for some of y'all, this person thought that the other person was their twin. Like I said, they were being manipulated to think so. The person who they chose instead was not their twin. It was a karmic twin from their past. This could have been a past life relationship they had with this person, which made them think or feel that this was their twin and that you were not. But in reality, this was your divine masculine or your divine feminine that thought that somebody else was their counterpart. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they were deceived into thinking somebody else was their counterpart, and it wasn't. It was a past life karmic soulmate to them. But they didn't see that at first. So once they realized that, and they understand that this was a karmic lesson for them to learn, and they learn from the experience, then yes, y'all can be together again and y'all can move forward together. But if they don't realize that and they don't choose to walk away from that situation, then no, you can't. So you can't be with this person as long as they're with somebody else. All right? They could have even went with a same-sex relationship in the past. And it's like, if this masculine chose another masculine to be their divine counterpart over you, and it was the same sex, whatever the two of them did together with each other, what does that mean? What does the same-sex relationship has to do with this reading? Hold on a second. Because for some of y'all, this person was a female in a past life. Or they were a masculine in past life. So it's like when they came back this time, they were still in that same energy. So they could have been born this lifetime as a male, but they still had feminine energy. So because they felt more feminine than they were, hold on, I'm trying to make it make sense. So basically in the past life, this was a female for some. So when they came back this time, they were a male, but they still had feminine energy attached to them. So they still were attracted to feminine energy or masculine energy. So when they came back, they pursued a same-sex relationship with someone of the same sex because they were the feminine energy. So they chose a masculine energy to balance out their feminine energy. You were a feminine energy and they were also feminine. So but both of y'all were in the same energy. So that goes both ways. In the past life, hold on, you were the masculine and they were the feminine. In this lifetime, wait, you were the masculine, they were the feminine. So this lifetime, you're the feminine and they're the masculine. So in this lifetime, both of y'all came back in different bodies. But both of y'all were supposed to come into union with each other, but your person either went towards the same sex, and maybe you did too, but it's like, I'm trying to make it make sense. Somebody in karmic energy showed up to this masculine in the right energy. And to the masculine, it looked like the perfect match. But really, this masculine came back as a feminine energy this lifetime to heal their feminine, the trauma they experienced in the past life. And that would have healed them, and that would have brought them into the emperor energy this lifetime, if that makes sense. So it's like, in a past life, if you believe in that, this was a female. In that lifetime, they were abandoned by their mother. So they came back to learn from that experience in a different body. But because they didn't heal from that experience, they came back in that same energy. So this is a man that lives as a woman, but he's really a man. But he doesn't identify as a man because he has feminine tendencies. So for him, they look for, or for this person, they look for masculine energy inside of a woman or a man of the same sex, because they don't really like themselves, or they don't like the opposite sex, because the opposite sex is the energy that traumatized them in the past. So instead of being with somebody like their mother or their father, they chose somebody different. Well, you were sent in the image of this person's counterpart, but you were presented as their counterpart in this lifetime, but they didn't see you that way. They saw somebody else as their counterpart. So all this conflict comes from their past life experience. I don't know. What's the same-sex relationship? The Five of Swords again, the Nine of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. I don't know, y'all. This is just it's going too far left for me to understand it, right? It's a very deep background. The background story to this person's life is deep. And it goes as far back as a past life experience they had with another person. And you remind them of that person in some type of way. So for that reason, they didn't see you the way they should have. They saw you as their enemy. So it's like, if they were healed enough to see you for who you were, they would have never done what they did to you, and they would not be going through this karma right now. So they were supposed to come back in another body and heal the relationship between them and their mother, so they can balance out their own energy and step into their power. But they were not able to do that. Okay, I don't know. Anything else on this masculine? And there's the Queen of Cups. I really don't know. Like, you were the Queen of Cups at first, and you are still the Queen of Cups, and you showed them genuine love, but because of their past experience with a toxic mother or narcissistic parent, they were not able to see you for who you truly were. So it doesn't say that you were not good enough. It says this person had their own personal issues with females or whatever this is, and you remind them of their mother. So for that reason, they couldn't see themselves with you. So it has nothing to do with you. Them not choosing you is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them, okay? But now they see you as this divine feminine energy, and now they see themselves as a divine masculine. But they still have to heal their feminine, their past life trauma from a feminine energy that caused them to sabotage this connection with you. Their own mother could have caused them to sabotage this connection with you, because here's the thing. You represent peace and balance, and you represent real love. The mother figure in their life represents a controlling mother figure. So the mother figure was either jealous of you because you showed their son or daughter real love, and they themselves did not. So it's like, you gonna choose this person over me? I'm your mother. Or you gonna let this person come in between us? I'm your mother. They got to stop letting somebody control them that way and emotionally abuse them and step into their power. So that's their issue. They don't have the confidence in themselves to step into their power. And if they don't do it, they're not going to be able to heal whatever this is they need to heal. So you offer that energy, yes, but giving them, if they're not ready to receive it, which it doesn't seem like they are, then you're just pouring into an empty cup. Okay, you just pouring into an empty vessel. Somebody who has no inner voice. This person doesn't have an inner voice like you do. So they're disconnected from their intuition. So they can't receive intuitive guidance from their ancestors or their spirit guides because they're disconnected from source. So they have to rebuild their relationship with God in order to tap into this energy. And you were a representation of that energy to them, but they didn't see you that way. All right. Six of Swords and the Page of Pentacles and Three of Wands. And the Empress in reverse. I really can't make it up. So this is somebody who suffers from childhood trauma, either from a past life or a current situation. But until they heal that part of them that needs to be healed, they are not going to be able to offer you a stable commitment. Or the commitment between the two of you is going to be off balance, because you're going to be taking care of them and not taking care of yourself, is what I'm kind of getting. And they don't want you to put all of your energy into a situation and you get nothing in return, or you lose yourself again dealing with this person or something like that. So I don't know. What's the final messages? Final message for this reading. Final messages for this reading. They have a karmic mother figure in their life, or a karmic feminine in their energy. It's time for you to invest in yourself, all right? That's your advice, closing messages. It's time to invest in yourself. You got to stop investing in soulless, heartless people who don't love themselves, okay? Someone is trying to reverse this spell, but it's too late. Somebody trying to come back in, but it's too late. You're already, and you're being divinely guided to invest in yourself. So the closing advice is that you have top tier energy. You have that mother energy that they need, that they desire. But because of their own issues, they can never receive the love that you offer them and give it back in return. You know? Anything else? Anything else? For closing advice. Spiritual immunity and all karmas have lost their powers. And numbing their feelings and drowning in their emotions. Okay. So this is all about the person from your past who's numbing their feelings and drowning their emotions because they know what they lost with you was real and there's nothing they can do to get it back. Or what they have to do to get it back requires work on their part. And if they're not willing to do the work on themselves, then it's not going to work between the two of you. They can't love you, they don't love themselves. So this person lacks self-love. They don't love themselves. And what gets them off is bullshit and chaos. And you're a peaceful person. You don't like conflict. You don't like chaos. You don't like to be in the middle of drama. So you protect yourself from things like that. But being with them will expose you to all that shit. And you don't want to have to be exposed to that type of energy if it's not your karma. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, I'm not trying to get involved with my coworkers' beef with each other. That's not my issue. They have beef between themselves. So I'm not going to make peace between or try to bring them together when I know that that's not going to turn out well. And setting the standard is not going to change if they don't make adjustments. You know what I mean? Like, I can come in every single day and do the job the way it's supposed to be done and set the standard, set the bar. But just because I decide to set the bar to where it needs to be doesn't mean that they're going to follow suit because they like keeping up. What I realize is that all of them function off chaos. It makes their day go by because all they do is talk about the other person when they're not around. So they need that drama in their life to feel, I don't fucking know, to feel secure within themselves because they both feel like they're doing the right thing, but it's not. It's not fair to me to have to be put in the middle of their mess when I'm just coming in and do my job and go home. But every day I come to work, there's always a story to tell about what happened the day before or whatever the case is. And that's just chaos and drama that I don't want to deal with. I'm almost ready to walk out of the job and find me something new because I don't want to deal with this shit. This ain't got nothing to do with me. But I'm in the middle of it because I'm the new person and they feel like they can tell me their problems with each other instead of talking it out with themselves or the other person. They use me as a scapegoat, and I'm not a scapegoat. In fact, my coworker told me, I think it was yesterday, she was like, those other two people trying to train you. I said, first of all, I'm not a dog. Nobody can train me to do shit. I do what I do because it's my own belief. Like, it don't make no sense not to do it. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's going to train me like I'm a dog or treat me like I'm a dog or use me to benefit themselves. I'll just leave. And I'm at that point where I'm considering doing that because I don't want to be in the middle of whatever they got going on because the shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Could I stay there and make it work out and try to bring peace between the four of us? Maybe, but am I going to do that? If I don't think it's going to be beneficial for everybody involved, then no, I'm not. So if this doesn't benefit you in any kind of way, then it's not a smart investment for you to make. Okay? I don't know. Take out what's next. All right, let's get a few more closing advice. If you believe, and be assertive. Within the next few weeks, big happy changes. Look for a sign and helpful people. So maybe you can point this person in the right direction to get them the help that they need, but I don't feel like you're being called to help this person yourself. I just feel like you're supposed to give them like wise, counsel, or counsel them or direct them to a person that can help them figure out what they need to do. I don't think you're being asked to do that here. I think you're just being called to stay out of this. I don't know. What's within the next few weeks? The Ten of Swords and the Two of Wands. Within the next few days, if this hasn't already happened, in the next few days or weeks, something's gonna be happening and you're gonna see it happen or find out about it somehow. And once you find out or see this happening, you're gonna have to choose to either invest, help, assist, guide, or nurture, or ignore. Okay, communication coming in within the next few weeks, and you're gonna have to make a decision on whether or not you want to involve yourself in whatever this is.